She's not my aunt. She just takes in bots who are broke.
Do you know what these are? These are Big World's original invention designs.
Oop. Sorry. Here we are. Home sweet home.
So are these just coils or springs used in simple mechanics, which would fit the context of the film? Well, I was on the fence with this one until Fanny makes her appearance. She takes in robots who have had their personalities fractured, and she comes out with a feces-colored bundt cake, and then immediately after the scene is engaged in an act of you-know-what with the other robot.
She's not my aunt. She just takes in bots who are broke. Bless her little heart.
Well, then why is she called Aunt Fanny?
Couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
Whoa!
Copper bottom. Copper bottom.
The wonderful name. I'm Rodney Copperbottom.
Copperbottom.
Big Bottom. Well,
He's been rear-ended.
There you are.
And that's when everything began to fit together. The 666, the paperclip reference you're going to hear next.
Bring me back his exact weight in paper clips.
No!
We just heard the paperclip repeat in Toy Story of Terror and James and the Giant Peach, and they were completely out of context, unless you know what the paperclip means. The paperclip is the pedo symbol. It is the coiled line in the shape of a triangle or many other shapes, spiral, and it represents the descent into a fractured personality, resulting in a shape within a shape, a smaller personality. And this is through mind control, where the mind is fractured through trauma. It is trauma-based MK Ultra mind control. That's what Project Paperclip was all about. It was not only about bringing scientists over from another country. It was all about this program they were working on to basically split off people's personalities. And this applies directly to children as well. So let's follow the progression of this pedo warning sign that we see show up as the main character boy, when he's a boy, runs in front of another pedo symbol, and the buns are still building. These symbols are everywhere throughout this film, and this is what caused me to finally do a decode on this film. Well, this flag is or could be a pedo symbol. Why do I say that? Well, there are these pedo yield signs. They're like warning signs that I found on the internet with a red frame around them, and usually depicts an older man or younger child. In this case, they didn't want to give up all the goods, so what they did was they showed a screw inside, which also represents the spiral descent. that we just talked about into a fractured personality. So they got a little bit more sly with it. And then we follow this flag, and it goes from this older man's hand into the boy's bedroom. And then when the boy gets older, the flag disappears after he passes through puberty. So you see, these people, some guy came on the channel and said, "Oh, do you really think these animators have the time to put all this stuff in here? And if they do, they're probably just trolling you guys." My answer to him is, animators who get to this high of level of animation are part of the program. They're part of the indoctrination to bring in this new way of thinking, to accept once and for all pedophilia. They're turning these kids into adults. They're making them more mature. And then they will try to make laws to make it okay for this kind of behavior. That is what we're dealing with. We just happened to find it. And thank God we did. Take care and be safe, you guys.
Oh, big whales. That's a lot of robot.
Come on. You can bunk with me.
Oh, I thought you were the Domino's delivery boy.
In my case, it's a rare metal called afradium. Called afradium. Called afradium. It's yellow, tastes like chicken. I didn't know I could do that.